Hey guys, and welcome back to my reading corner. Now for today's video, I'm doing something a little different. I'm easing myself into doing like all about the author type videos. I've been telling you guys for a minute that I wanted to do kind of a guide to reading Alicia Ray, and I really do want to give you guys that guide, but she has an extensive collection of material and I feel I need to really take the time to write notes down for each book and kind of compose my thoughts a little bit more, and I can't just wing it as much as I am going to be able to wing it for this author. This author, as you can see by the title, is Kyra Radcliff. Now I will be plainly upfront and let you guys know that I had never heard of this author before. The publisher that she published her books with actually reached out to me through Goodreads, saying that they wanted me to offer me an opportunity where they would send me a book once a month and I could review it and just put my opinions out there. And because I read so much romance and I can read it so quickly, I've been able to get through a lot of their material. And one of the authors that I read a substantial amount of material from is Kyra Radcliff. And looking on Goodreads, I have quite literally read all 4 of her books. So I just kind of want to give you guys a roundup of her as a whole. And yeah, so this is just a segue into doing my Alicia Ray video, which I really do want to get that one up. I just need to find all my physical books, because I have some physical books over there. I don't have many. I only have 2. I don't know why I'm making this so complicated for myself. I really should just go ahead and record that video today, but we'll see how life gives me, because sometimes life gives me lemons and I cannot make lemonade. So if you're interested in hearing more about Kyra Radcliff and the 4 books that I read from her, written by her, then just keep watching. Okay, so like I said, I read 4 books written by Kyra Radcliff, and I'm going to say overall I really enjoy her as an author. I feel as though she does a really good thing where she can make a lot of emotions in such a short period of time. Her books tend to be kind of in, I guess, the novella range page-wise. She's had some as short as like 100. I think the shortest one I've read from her is like maybe 150 pages, and the max I think has been like 300 pages. But overall, I think she really does a good job at maximizing the small amount of pages that she uses to invoke the most amount of emotions. I tend to get very emotional driven after reading and during reading her books. So all of these books I have written reviews on Goodreads. I've been really trying to work on getting my written reviews up once a week on the Sunday. Sometimes I can't find the time on the Sunday, but I've got all 4 of my reviews on her books up on Goodreads, and I always have my Goodreads link down below in case you are interested. But let's start off with the first book, and it is called Billionaire Boss Undercover Affair. And this book, okay, so we are introduced into we're introduced to London, where our main female protagonist, she is trying to make a name for herself in her business world that's not attached to her father. Her father is a ruthless businessman, and he was basically nowhere to be found while she was coming up of age. But now that she's grown up and she's making a name for herself, he's found his way to trying to needle himself into her life. And he makes a proposal to her to help him out in a business endeavor, and she of course rejects it because she's like, no, you just trying to get on my good graces, you thought. Lo and behold, she is sent on trying to work on that business proposal, and she is immediately addressing a billionaire who thinks he knows everything, and he thinks just because she is an attractive young woman who is fit and yeah, everything like that, that she climbed her way to the top in an indecent way, if you will. And so this is a very much a haters to lovers romance. There's a wee bit of mystery speckled into this book, but I really did enjoy it. So like I said, the main female protagonist, she is from London. The main male protagonist, he is from Germany, I think. I always say it wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Germany. But yeah, and she has to fly to Germany to like help out with his company and stuff like that. It's a really good book. I would highly recommend it. I think the scenes give you some emotions. I felt emotional reading this book, you know, a little hot and bothered, but I enjoyed it a lot and I would highly recommend it. The next one is An Uneasy Alliance, and this one shows two overprotective siblings trying to either help or prevent their younger siblings' relationship. And so the main female protagonist, she is trying to support and bring the younger siblings' relationship together, and the older male protagonist is trying to break them up. And they both have different reasons for why they're doing it, etc., etc. I mean, older siblings are always going to be overprotective, and you know, they always think they know what they're doing, but generally they just don't. And lo and behold, these two siblings get into each other's midst, and entanglements occur. That's right, I said entanglements. This book was so good. The only qualms that I had with this book was the fact that, at least to me, and I think this is like a really weird thing to feel, but I still kind of feel it. Isn't it weird for like siblings to be dating each other? You know what I mean? Like, there's a girl and a boy from a family, and a girl and a boy from a family, and they both date. Like, isn't that a little weird? I just feel like, okay, what if they both sets get married and both sets have kids? What do the kids call each other? Like, you know what I mean? It seems weird. But I'm not saying it's not a thing. So I'm not saying this is not a realistic romance or anything. And I'm not saying I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed every minute of it. I enjoyed all of the groveling, all of the pettiness. I enjoyed it all. But that was my one little qualm when it came to this book, which is why I ended up giving this a 4 out of 5 stars. And if I didn't say, I also gave Billionaire Boss Undercover Affair a 4 out of 5 stars as well. Then, child, Lord, the pearls came off for this one, and it was The Italian Billionaires Kidnap Mistress. Whoo, child. Okay, so this is a scorned lover and the new fiance's older brother. So let's back it up a little bit. Okay, our main protagonist, her name is Tori, and Tori got stood up at the altar by her fiance at the time. And a couple of weeks later, she reads in the newspaper that her fiance, well, ex-fiance, is now getting married again. And she tells herself that she's doing good things, so she's going to go try and break up the wedding because he's being forced to marry this random woman. Lo and behold, when she gets there, she realizes that they actually are in love. She was kind of just the fill-in, if you will, and so she stepped away. But before she could officially leave, she got entangled. Yes, entangled again. Oh, child, it was another entanglement. She got entangled with the new bride's brother. And y'all, when I say that this, first of all, this cover just invokes so much emotion, right? Am I wrong? Like, I feel like this cover invokes a lot of emotion, but then when you're reading it, I was like, I need a fan. This book was so good. So good. I ended up giving this a 5 out of 5 star. I would highly recommend it. And yeah, I can't give you guys too much more than like the small blurbs that I'm giving you guys, because like I said, these books are not that long. So if I give you too much, then you'll know everything that happens. And I want you guys to read these books. So yeah. And then the last one is called The Billionaire Romances a Star. Okay, So I haven't actually written my review for this one, so I need to actually get my review up for this book. But this book takes place between a billionaire who he owns like a bunch of companies. So he like has a company that buys a bunch of small companies, and he either builds them up or tears them down, and a romance between him and an aspiring actress. So this aspiring actress, her two parents are actually actresses as well, or actors, and they're an actor and an actress as well. And they ended up leaving her when she was younger, and that has kind of jilted her towards being an actress, kind of, but it also has left her with some difficult feelings when it comes to relationships as a whole. And she ends up meeting this tall drink of water at a like a benefit dinner that she never wanted to attend. And of course, this tall drink of water is this billionaire, but he's portraying himself to be a waiter. And from the moment that she found out that he was not a waiter, it was like a switch hit. They had so much like chemistry at the beginning, and then when she found out the switch hit, she was like, no. And it was just a bit of a roller coaster ever since. And I will say this, out of all of the 4 books that Kyra Radcliff have written, this was one of the more like back and forth books. Between this one and an Uneasy Alliance, those are the 2 books where the protagonists are going back and forth with whether, you know, they want to be together or not. Granted, these are all romance books, so you kind of already know what's going to happen, but it's not about the ending, it's about the ride to get there, if you will. And this book was just really, really good. I ended up giving this baby a, come on Goodreads, I ended up giving this book a 5 out of 5 stars as well. And I'm just really excited to see what more comes from Kyra Radcliff. I have really enjoyed, like I said, her work thus far, and I hope that I can eventually scoop up her books. I tried to find them on Barnes and Nobles, but it was a really quick like cursory glance. The location that you guys can buy the books, I will have them linked down below to you guys. I know they're on the publisher's website, like I know that, but I don't know if you could get them electronically any other way. And this type of genre of romance, I prefer to have electronically. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have a couple of other authors that I've read their whole published works, so if you would like to see more, then just let me know down below. I am still, like I said, aiming to do that Alicia Ray book, that Alicia Ray video. I might just do it right after this, but yeah, look forward to that. That's definitely going to be the next one that I do next. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video, guys, helped you with your life journey, whether it's easy or it's hard. And I'll see you guys in the next video.